Welcome back to Studio Chatter. It's said that it's not official unless there's a ring. Our first guest can help you with that. Welcome Talon Rasmussen from Rasmussen and Company Fine Jewelers to our table. Welcome.
Hello. Hi, Talon.
Thank you.
We're just a little bit smiling.
I know, right?
Yes, just the
I'm all tongue-tied because of the gorgeous
we've all got
jewelry.
A little something special.
How can you not? That's the best part about the jewelry industry.
Absolutely.
It really is.
Before we dive into the jewelry, Anne, tell us your story.
Yeah,
Because I know it's a really unique one.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. Our stories, and my story specifically, is probably what makes us the most unique in in the valley, in the state. I'm actually a sixth generation.
Wow.
Goldsmith and jeweler. So I'm a goldsmith. I'm a jeweler. My family's been in the jewelry business for 135 years since they immigrated from Denmark.
That is unbelievable.
What's the difference between a goldsmith and a jewer?
So a goldsmith, a jeweler is essentially anybody that sells jewelry, that works in a jewelry store. You could call them a jeweler. A goldsmith is someone that does the work on the ring. So I do the repair work, custom manufacturing, essentially anything that would have to do with maintenance or sizing or stone setting.
It's like a real art.
It really is an art, which is really fun. So. And we have a store, a new store in Spanish Fork, but we have, another store out of state in Wyoming that's been in the family since the 70s. So we've been doing this a long time, and we're actually the only sixth generation jeweler in the state of Utah. There's another one that's a fifth generation, but we're the only ones that can claim
That's
sixth
so
generation.
cool.
That is really neat.
Because
So they've watched it throughout the years, which is so neat to me.
So because it's passed down, so is that a craft that you were taught?
Yeah, no,
So really just something that you learned from, okay, wow.
Goldsmithing's an interesting thing, and even the jewelry industry as a whole is very generational. So all of what I know I can attribute to my dad and my grandpa, and my dad learned from his grandpa and my great-grandpa, and so on and so forth. So there's not really a lot of formal education that comes in the industry for goldsmithing specifically. It's really all either self-taught or it's something that you apprentice to learn. So.
And your store here in Spanish Fork is located down by Vasa Gym, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I drive by a lot. I need to stop by now.
You do.
Well, and congratulations to you.
Yes.
There might be a seventh generation, right?
Yes, yeah.
A new baby in the house this week, right?
New baby just in the last weeks. And,
Baby Summit is going to be that guy.
I'm hoping so too. I love it. It's the perfect blend of a hands-on job, but also, I get to wear a tie every day, and it's something that I love, and you're indoors and you're doing art every day.
Right.
So.
And making people happy.
Right.
So let's go into that. When we come into your store, or maybe as a young couple looking for a wedding ring, an engagement ring, how can you lead them? What are the questions that they should be asking or looking for with a jeweler?
That's a great question. Number one, there's not really any one question I would say. Just we like if people can come in with an idea, but even if you don't have an idea, we stock hundreds of bridal ring styles, and we have a large catalog of options as well to help kind of get those creative juices flowing. But what we would say is we take a different approach than a lot of jewelers in the fact that we're going to treat you like family. We want you to come in with maybe an idea of how much you want to spend, and then let us maximize your budget. We want to take your money and get you the highest quality product for what you have to spend. And we deal with budgets all over the place. From $1,000, sometimes less than that, all the way up to 10 and 20 and 30,000. So.
Wow. Which is really important, because I think you go in, I want this big, nice diamond, and then you're like, well,
come over to this table.
But then you can say, but look at what you could add on, or you could do a sapphire instead of a diamond, or whatever it may be to maximize, like you say. Yeah. So.
Well, I've been ogling some of the topaz lately, but what are some of the trends that you've seen maybe in this past year?
Yeah, that's a good question. We sell a lot of alternative center stones in our rings. You know, with gold prices where they're at today, they're just about $1,900 an ounce.
Wow.
So rings can get expensive. Diamonds are precious as well, so they can get expensive. There's a beautiful stone called a moissanite that we sell a lot of. That's a great replacement for well, I don't know that I'd say replacement. It's a great alternative to a diamond.
Okay.
And it looks very similar. As far as like trends for the ring itself, we're seeing yellow gold starting to come back a lot. Rose gold is really popular.
Really is, Stace. Our 90s are staying.
Yeah.
My wife has a yellow gold ring. I wear yellow gold. So, but white gold is always going to be the most popular. I think it's here to stay as the most popular. But trends are, we're in 2021. Nothing's traditional anymore. People are
I know,
doing
it really isn't.
whatever
It's
they
like
want.
for fashion or anything, it's all over the place, I feel like.
Is a round stone still the most popular?
Yeah, around, you get the best for your price. The best sparkle, the best quality, all of that, and then it's it's a classic. It's timeless. So.
Okay. Well, what is this that I have here?
So we call that
Gorgeous.
the Duchess. Actually, that's from one of our premier vendors. They're the number one. They're the number one vendor in the United States. It's called Gabriel and Company. We partner with them for a lot of our engagement rings, but it's more of an Art Deco style. So that Art Deco is really coming back, more of a Art Deco or a like an antique look. And so that one there has a really pretty Art Deco look with an oval stone, which I would say is probably currently the second most popular to a round.
So is this a wedding ring or just a normal, or either one?
You could have it as a dinner ring, but we sell it as an engagement ring.
Okay.
I think it's a lovely dinner ring.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I think it could
Gorgeous.
really just proper.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this one is a topaz, right? It's blue.
Blue topaz, yep.
That is so beautiful. And when I tried it on, I personally like this, how petite and light it was.
I love that ring. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I just feel like it reminds me of spring and summer and airy and just
Yeah.
like a garden party.
I know.
You're out wearing
So
it
dinner and
every
garden
day.
party. What does Angie have?
What do you have, darling?
I've got something gorgeous. I feel like
Ooh.
it's just a wedding ring, right?
Yeah,
Or a
just
cocktail ring
that's
or
what we
just
would call
something.
a traditional
Oh.
engagement ring. It is a double halo, which is really popular. So all three rings are very different that you guys have in front of you,
Right.
And they're in style in their own way. The double halos are really popular right now. Yours, Stacy, is very dainty. A lot of girls these days
Are doing the stackers. My niece
really
just
want a
did
dainty
that.
with a stacker, right?
Right.
Which is what that is. That one has the stackable band,
Right.
and it's just got a really thin band with diamonds on it, which is really popular and classic. It does have
So pretty.
some current style, but it's also something that will never be dated. It's really
I want
classic.
to ask you, Talon, what percentage of people get new wedding rings? Any idea? Like, is that common?
I don't know the percentage. A lot.
Okay.
So in Utah, it's interesting because what's popular here, and even in Spanish Fork, is not popular. We have a store in Wyoming, and the trends are not
Totally
the same. And we have a group of jewelers that we're close knit with, and there's some that only sell resell. So we call those estate rings, and they're only selling used, which we offer that as well. It's not as common, but there's in Utah. I would say the majority of couples are buying new, but maybe in the East,
Right.
a lot of people are buying
Estate
The
rings.
vintage or antiques.
That
that
makes
make
antiques.
sense.
Yeah.
And another question I had, do you sell like other fine jewelry and gems? Like I have my Pandora that I kind of go around collecting different charms and stuff. Do you have other things like that?
Yeah, so
at the store?
we consider ourselves to be a traditional jewelry store. We, of course, focus on engagement rings and bridal rings
Okay.
because that's a large part of our market, but we sell it all. Fashion jewelry, we sell bracelets and necklaces and pendants and chains and watches. We sell watches as well, and even some gifts. We have a lot of access to interesting gifts like jewelry boxes, and we have these really pretty gold-plated roses, the real roses that have been plated in gold. So we sell those as well.
Wow.
Neat.
Talon, what's your favorite part of your job?
I've worked a lot of sales jobs But my favorite part would have to be, we never deal with angry customers or unhappy customers. We're dealing with people that are in love, and that's the best part. We get to deal with something beautiful all the time. It's amazing to watch. Gold isn't naturally shiny. It's amazing to watch it form and transform into something beautiful. And then as well, we're working with people that are in love. People that are buying engagement rings are doing it because they love each other. People that are buying anniversary gifts or anniversary rings, or they love someone. They love each other. So
I love that.
So true.
It's the best part. So.
Well, thank you for stopping by. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Coming up next on Studio Chatter, we're going on a road trip to the Talon. Stay with us.